The Galactic Academy's combat training hall fell silent as the incident unfolded. What began as another routine day in interspecies martial arts instruction would become a legendary tale whispered across 100 worlds. A stark reminder of why humanity had earned both fear and respect among the stars. Anna Chen stood at 5 feet 6 inches, unremarkable by human standards, positively diminutive compared to most species in the academy. Her black hair was tied back in a practical ponytail, her gray training uniform identical to every other student's. She appeared, to the untrained eye, completely ordinary. Leo Carvath thought so too, which would prove to be his greatest miscalculation. Leo was a Thoraxian, a species known across 3 sectors for their warrior culture. Standing nearly 7 feet tall, with chitinous armor plating naturally growing across his shoulders and forearms, he was the physical embodiment of intimidation. His kind had conquered 17 worlds before joining the Galactic Council, their martial prowess legendary. For 3 generations, no species had bested a Thoraxian in single combat at the Academy. The training session had been proceeding normally. Instructor Veltak, a 4-armed Krellian veteran, was demonstrating proper defensive stances against multiple opponents. Students were paired randomly, and fate, or perhaps the universe's sense of irony, had placed Anna and Leo together. Humans, Leo muttered in Thoraxian, assuming the translator wouldn't pick up his native tongue. Soft-skinned weaklings who stumbled into space technology. They don't belong here. Anna's eyes flickered, but she said nothing. She understood every word. Humans had proven exceptional linguists, another trait that unsettled the older species. The exercise began simply. One partner would execute a standard strike, the other would block and counter. It was fundamental, practiced thousands of times by every student. Leo went first, his movement controlled, professional. Anna blocked efficiently, her counter precise. They reset, then came Anna's turn to strike. Perhaps it was arrogance. Perhaps it was deeply ingrained prejudice against the newest species to join the galactic community. Perhaps Leo genuinely believed humans needed to be taught their place. Whatever the reason, when Anna executed her strike, a textbook straight punch aimed to stop inches from Leo's chest, he didn't block. He struck back. Hard, full force. His fist, backed by Thoraxian muscle and the natural weapons of his species, crashed into Anna's shoulder. The impact sent her spinning. Pain exploded through her arm. In Earth gravity, the blow would have shattered bone. Even in the Academy's reduced gravity, it was devastating. The hall gasped. Striking a partner outside the parameters of an exercise was grounds for immediate expulsion. But more than that, it violated the sacred trust of the training hall, the one place where warriors of all species were supposed to be safe to learn. Anna hit the mat and rolled. For a moment, everyone thought she would stay down, would yield, would call for the instructors to intervene. That's what any sensible species would do when attacked by a superior opponent. But humanity hadn't survived Earth by being sensible. Anna rose. Her shoulder screamed agony. Her arm hung wrong. But her eyes held something that made Leo take an involuntary step backward. It was the look of every human ancestor who had stared down predators 10 times their size with nothing but a sharp stick and absolute refusal to die. You want to go? Anna's voice was quiet, but it carried across the silent hall. Then we go. Leo laughed, nervous now, trying to salvage his dignity before the watching students. I'll crush you, human. You struck first, Anna said, circling. Remember that. What happened next would be analyzed in Academy combat classes for years to come. Leo charged, confident in his size and strength. It was the correct move against most opponents, overwhelm them with superior mass and power. But humans had spent millennia turning strength against strength, finding leverage where none should exist. Anna didn't retreat. She moved laterally, just inches, letting Leo's charge carry him past her. As he thundered by, she struck. Not with her injured arm, but with her leg, a devastating kick to the back of Leo's knee. The joint that had evolved to support Thoraxian weight became a liability. It buckled. Leo stumbled but recovered, spinning with surprising speed. His backhand could have decapitated a smaller being. Anna dropped under it, rolling forward into his center mass. Her good hand found his belt, her hip positioned perfectly. And then, with a roar that echoed off the walls, She executed a throw that would have made her judo instructors weep with pride. Leo, 7 feet and 300 pounds of apex predator, flew. His body arced through the air, completely inverted, before crashing down onto the mat with thunderous impact. The breath exploded from his lungs. His armor plating cracked, but Anna wasn't finished. She followed him down, her body moving with the throw. Before Leo could recover, she had his arm, the same arm he'd struck her with, locked in a joint manipulation that thoracian physiology made particularly devastating. One wrong move and his elbow would snap. Yield. Anna's voice was iron. Leo struggled, tried to use his strength to break free. Anna applied more pressure. Something in his elbow creaked. Pain, genuine pain shot through the thoracian warrior. Yield, Anna commanded again. The hall watched in absolute silence. A human, injured, smaller from a species most considered barely qualified for space travel, had a thoracian warrior, a member of the most feared martial race in the sector, completely dominated. Leo's pride warred with his survival instinct. The pain in his arm made the decision for him. I yield, he gasped. Anna released him immediately, standing and stepping back. She cradled her injured shoulder but remained ready, balanced, prepared to continue if needed. The message was clear. She had stopped because he yielded, not because she had to. Instructor Veltok approached, all 4 arms spread in a gesture of peace. It is finished, he declared. Then addressing Leo, you struck outside the bounds of training. You have brought dishonor to yourself and your species. Leave this hall. As Leo stumbled to his feet and limped toward the exit, Veltok turned to Anna. You, human, demonstrated the warrior's restraint. You could have broken his arm. You chose mercy. This is the higher path, Anna bowed, wincing at the pain. He struck first, instructor. I only ended it. The phrase would become famous across the academy, then across the fleet, eventually spreading throughout the Galactic Council. It encapsulated something about humanity that the older species were only beginning to understand. Humans could be pushed, could take tremendous punishment, but there was a line. Cross it, and the soft-skinned primates from Earth became something altogether different. That night, in the medical bay as nanosurgeons repaired her shoulder, Anna received a visitor. Leo stood in the doorway, his arm in a regeneration cast, his pride more wounded than his body. I apologize, he said stiffly. I acted without honor. Anna studied him for a long moment. Yeah, you did. My species has looked down on yours. We thought you weak. We were wrong. Anna smiled, though it was tinged with sadness. We're not stronger than you, Leo. We're just... She searched for the right words. Persistent. Humans have been the underdog our entire history. We got good at fighting up. Leo nodded slowly. I understand now why the Council accepted your species so quickly. Earth was classified as a death world, yes? Category 9, Anna confirmed. High gravity, extreme climate variance, megafauna predators, disease vectors, and that's before we factor in what humans do to each other. Your people survived that and reached the stars. We survived that because we reached for the stars, Anna corrected. Humanity doesn't know how to quit. It's our greatest strength and our biggest flaw. Leo was quiet for a moment. Will you teach me? The throw you used? Anna laughed, then winced as the movement pulled at her healing shoulder. Sure, but first you're going to learn to fall properly. We'll start there. And so an unlikely friendship began, built on the ashes of prejudice and the foundation of mutual respect, earned through combat. The story spread as such stories do, becoming legend. And across the galaxy, other species began to truly understand what the phrase humanity fuck yeah really meant. It meant that you could knock a human down. You could hurt them. You could even defeat them. But if you struck first, if you violated the bonds of honor and safety, the human wouldn't just fight back, they would end it. Completely. Decisively. Without mercy. Because that's what survivors do. And humanity, against all odds, had not just survived, they had thrived.